Hello friends, my name is Renuka and today I'm making one card, and basically I'm using the pattern papers for that and the scrap I have, and there is no idea in my mind how this card will turn out, but I want to use all the papers I have in my scrap, and maybe I use the new ones also to add it. So let's see what I have, and everybody has lots of scrap with them. First of all, I want to make squares of these papers. So each time we die cut a rectangle, we get this kind of thing, and what I try to do is I try to make these and these sides same, not exactly but kind of same. So now I'll make triangles out of rectangles out of it, and I will cut out the strips which is excess and hanging out there. So I have the lots of beautiful pattern paper, and now here you can see that the one side is more large, and but I want everything in a smaller sense, so I just trim out that also. I will trim that also, but first of all, look, if you took a paper line for cutting these triangles, and they will just match, cause you don't need to have much struggle to do that, cause whenever the paper designers design a paper line, all the papers are already matching and they matches each other very well. So I'm kind of going, and I will have at least 4 to 5 triangles to play with them. Now for this card, I'm not sure that I will use the A4 size or the big size, that 5x7 one, A2 size card, or that one, because these triangles are already having kind of A2 side, and if you don't cut you can't get the polarized kind of frame here, just like that. This is the one scrap, and I just cut it out, and you can see the borders here, the dotted lines. So I'll just make sure to cut down on it kind of same on the other side. So I don't have any polarized die, but you can see I can get this kind of polarized effect here, and I will not cut this side. Just want to see that how it will happen and things going on. So these are very thin one. If you want to make a new card and you don't have any kind of scrap, then you can just cut out the middle shape and save that for your project, another project, and you can use the small rectangles here. So this one is a little bit smaller than I have before, because I used, I don't know in which project I used this. So now I had enough of them, and if I need it I'll grab another paper, or Now for base here, I will start with graph background to see how things are going on. Look, it's look already beautiful, but all these frame are the same size, so I can't use the same size frame in this, but I can use this kind of combination here. And if I will go to bigger size card, then maybe I can. So this is A7 card size, and it is like the biggest one, and I already bought this, and sometimes I feel that buying a cardstock and make another, cut out them and make card based from them, it's more easy to grab the already pre-cut cardstock and play with it. So it's like that. Now I'm placing these frames here and kind of tilting them and kind of making some kind of different shape out of it. And every time I'll make sure that I'll place the frame on a different angle. Now the fun part. Now I don't want this one here, but I can put this one, and then I can put this on the top of that frame. Now if you have press and seal, you will glad to do that, because you need to just press it on and flip it over, but I don't have that, so I have to glue all of it. And before doing that, I want to add some kind of fun image to it, and stamp something so that it will make the focal point of my card. Another thing, I want to make that you can make this card not vertical but horizontal also. Means I feel that it's looking nice on horizontal and vertical. So you have to remember lots of things while you're doing the card. There is no odds and out and not everything right or wrong, but how you want to play with it. So now this is the cow image, and I can have this with this cat here, cat image. So it's like cat and cow taking selfies, something like that. I have this smoches, and I'll add this smoches somewhere here. So yeah, I think it looks nice for me. I'll trim it out all of the excess which is hanging around there, and that will make my card. Now I need to emphasize on this focal image. So now before adhering anything to it, I just want to make sure that it will not look like hanging in the air. I need something to frame it out because these frames are very prominent. So before adhering them, I will add a small kind of border kind of thing all around it, and you can use T-scale for that. And I have this roller scale, and I really love this stuff. It's from Omega. I don't know, I bought it from I have it with me like from the years, because I'm a student of designing, and now I want to add little bit of color to it. So I'll choose some Sharpie paints. Here I'm choosing the blue, pink and the green one, and I'll go with pink first. And what I'm doing is I'm just making a line all around the card. I hope you can see it. So now afterwards I'll just speed up the process, because there is nothing to explain in this. I color the image or paper piece it, I don't know, but you can see how it card turn out. Okay. So after adhering all these small frames, I want to cut the excess here, and I'll just trim it off by scissors. And now this card base is ready, and I just switched my mind, and now I've decided that I will use the chubby chums die, and I'll use the cat and a dog here. And this is my watercolor pad. I'll took MFD's watercolor ink, and I'll just stamp this image. I'll just make sure that I have a good impression, and after that I'll stamp this cat image too. You can use your Misty, but I'm not using because this paper pad is already kind of attached. Pages are like okay, and place them a little bit for drying, and clear my stamps, clean my stamps here. And what else I want is I want this Let's Play stamp set, sentiment, sorry, and it's from the same set, and I will stamp that on this side. I'll line up and then I'll just stamp it. I'll place this frame aside. I'll clean my stamp and put them back, because most of the times what happened that we thought that we will place them back after some words and kind of mess here, and I lose most of the stamps, then I have to clean up again and then I get that stamp. So it's better idea to do that work. Now here I'm planning to use this Fearless watercolors, and actually in the dog and this I don't need to add much because these colors are already there, but I'm kind of darkening them by using the Sharpie, and I'll just dark the eyes first. And by the way, I'm using the MFT hybrid ink, so it will not bleed while I watercolor them. You can use any kind of medium like pencil, markers, or whatever you have. Just make sure that you use the proper ink. Means if you are using the Copic or the Spectrum or a alcohol marker, then you should use the Memento Black, 62 Memento Black ink. And here I am kind of redoing the image by adding a little bit of more and more color to the eyes, and then I decide that I'll color the cat first, and I'll go with the shade of this brown, and this one is mahogany brown, little bit of reddish color. So I'll just get a little bit of color here, and then I'll add that color to the stripes of the cat, kind of brown cat. And yeah, and I'm adding to the paws of the cat, a little bit on their ears, and these hands too. So these watercolors are like transparent one, and they give kind of very different look than the watercolor. You can achieve the same by watercolor also, having the lots and lots of practice. And here I'm kind of adding a little bit of color. Although I want this cat is like totally, on the, I don't want to add much. I just blend this color and just push a little bit of color inwards, and just like that. And for the dog here, I'm planning to use this kind of gray color. It's all gray, and I'll use a little bit first on the brows and then tail and his ears too. These colors kind of blend, and you need to use a really nice watercolor pad for this. The paper should be nice, because when you watercolor, it peels the paper, so you need to use the heavier paper for that. I add a little bit of here and there. Another way of coloring it is you have to decide from which side the sunlight or the light is coming. So if I'm deciding this side the light is coming from this side, then all the left side, my left side of the part should be dark, like this one and this one, and on this side you will get more the lighter effect kind of thing. So these are the small things which makes your image really stand out. And I suggest every time that you should add little bit, so that afterwards you can add little more to it. But if you add too much to your card first, then it's really become messy and it's become difficult to pull it out that color. So there is little tongue and her nose, and for that I'll took this crimson red kind of pinkish kind of color, and I'll add little bit of here, and you can see I already add much. So there is one trick to pick that color, and that is just take the pipette tool and little bit smaller and just dab it. I just dab and kind of glue in. Now I'll mess up with this, so I just like to add little bit color here, and that's it. Now I don't have coordinating dies for this, so I'll just place them aside, and I'll, after the drying, I just cut them like that, because they need a little bit time to dry, I think. And I'm planning to use googly eyes for them, so I just add a little bit of black humor here, so that I make her eyelashes like girls' eyelashes. Actually, adding googly eyes to your cat critters are really fun, and I have this bunch of googly eyes, and I'll first of all just search out which one is fitted for this. I think this one goes, or I need the smaller one for this. This can use here, and this one is too big for them, so I'll grab the, okay, this one is really nicely fitted. And now for this, so okay, I like that. And keep that aside. And now for this card, when I add this frame, I need some kind of background to it, and kind of making all the things together. So the option is I can cut out the same piece and color it, or I can use the pattern paper I have. So if I'm happy with the pattern papers I have, I will not actually I'm trying to figure it out which one would be nice for this. I always like this heart shape or something like a heart, and I want to add something in heart shapes always. But and if I didn't get heart shapes, I just cut out from the cards and then use them. So I'm trying to figure it out that which. Now these are some kind of paper here, kind of small, and if it fits this properly, then I can use these basically. So, but it's not. So I have to search again, and this is another nice piece, and I'll just see that if it looks nice on this, or it will just like this piece is also nice, and it can have a little bit of vertical also. So what I did is I just place I will place this die cut here, and I'll just cut it out from this. And this is the Designer Lazy Lucky Charm American Crafters paper pad. Actually, don't have to use this whatever I'm using here. It's like whatever you have in stash, go with that, and that is the best way to do this technique. Now I want to glue it down, so here I'm using my Tombow Mono adhesive glue, and like every time it's not coming out, so I'll use glossy accent. I hope this will come out okay. So it's like coming out. There is one advantage of glossy accents, that it is not white after drying, so if you mess up a little bit, it gives you a room to do the things. And thank God I'm not adding directly on this, because before adding that I need to cut out these and place them exactly where I want. And you can use your craft knife to build this thing, or you can use your hand. Just I'm using right now because I'm always in hurry. And just like that. After that I'll use the small scissors, and I'm not leaving any kind of white border around it. I just want them on the black line, so I was not much concerned about that. And sometimes actually I already put this glue here, so I think it will dry, but no option. I should cut out this before and then I should go with that, but sometimes I mess up with the things, and it happens. So and yeah, so this is the front of our card, and I love to decorate inside of card also. So as this background is very heavy, and I want, yeah, so I want this ash color cardstock which I already have with me, and one size is texture and another is flat one, but I plan to use the flat one. And I will add these two hearts here, the bigger one on the middle side and the smaller one on upside. And then basically now I can stamp any sentiment here, like friends, have happy friendship day or love or something like that. But I love to keep it blank, so you can use this card for different occasions. And I'll just put on my glue and place this inside the card, in the middle of the card kind of. So this completes today's card. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my channel, give it thumbs up. Um, Subscribe to my channel and you can see more on my blog. So until the next card, happy crafting life. Bye bye.